At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our Spanish language interpreter, Luis Durruti, and our Korean language interpreter, Mia Kang.
Hola y bienvenidos al Seminario de Saneamiento y Medio Ambiente de la Ciudad de Los Ángeles sobre la propuesta de ajuste a las tarifas por recolección de recursos sólidos. Les agradecemos por estar aquí. Quien habla en inglés es Daniel Sevilla, que forma parte del equipo de alcance comunitario de saneamiento de Los Ángeles y será nuestra anfitriona esta tarde. Mi nombre es Luis Durruti y nuestra intérprete en idioma coreano es Mia Kang.
안녕하세요. 로스앤젤레스 위생환경국의 고형 폐기물 요금 조정 웨비나에 참석해 주셔서 감사합니다. 스페인어 통역 루이스 두루티와 한국어 통역사 강미아라고 합니다.
To access your preferred language, please follow these steps. First, look for the globe icon labeled Interpretation in your Zoom controls, usually located at the bottom of your screen. You can click on it and you'll see the words English, Spanish, and Korean. Select your preferred language. If you choose, you can also mute the original audio so you only hear the interpreter. Please note that there will be brief pauses tonight between slides as we wait for our translators to finish in the interpretation channels. Luis? I'd like to give a brief overview of what's planned for tonight's webinar. In the next hour, you will meet some of our amazing staff. You'll hear about our solid resource program and services and get an overview of the proposed rate adjustments. We'll have a question and answer segment at the end of our presentation. Please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to ask questions in your preferred language at any time tonight. For any questions that don't get answered during the webinar, LA Sound will provide answers by email, as well as a summary of all questions and answers that will be posted on our website. The web address will be shown at the end of our presentation. We'll begin with some brief remarks from the Director and General Manager of LA Sanitation and Environment, Barbara Romero. Then we'll meet a current LA San employee, Rhonda Wright, who will discuss a day in the life of a solid resources truck driver. Then we'll begin with the presentation. And I'll just remind our attendees that we are having some brief pauses to allow for interpretation. So let's go ahead and get started. It's my pleasure to introduce Barbara Romero. Barbara?
Good evening. I'm Barbara Romero, and I'm the General Manager of LA Sanitation and Environment. I want to thank you for sharing some time with us today to discuss the city's solid resources rates. Today, you're going to hear directly from those who have been on the front lines doing this work. They have unique firsthand experience to share how the city's solid waste management program has expanded over the years. I hope this session demonstrates that your trash service is not just about the bins you put out on your curb every week, but a package of services and benefits you may not have been aware of, and we hope you would take advantage of them. I understand that these are difficult times. However, after 17 years without a rate increase, we have reached a point which we cannot delay the increase any longer without running the risk of not being able to provide critical services that meet both our regulatory and financial responsibilities while preserving the well-being of our neighborhoods. Since the last rate adjustment in 2008, the program has drastically changed and expanded. In the last 5 years alone, we have experienced significant cost increases due to the regulatory compliance with unfunded state mandates, the collapse of world recycling markets, and increases in landfill costs, equipment, and facility and maintenance costs. After our presentation, I will be here along with the team to answer any questions. Again, I thank you for your time and look forward to answering questions at the end of the webinar. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to Rhonda Wright, one of our refuse collection truck operators. Rhonda is a 20-year veteran of our West LA yard, and she has worked to collect all of our commodities in our curbside collections program. She's done the green organics bin, the blue recycling bin, and her current assignment, the black trash bin. Rhonda also serves as a shop steward for her labor union. Rhonda?
Good evening. I'm glad to be able to join you this evening to share what a refuge collection truck operator experiences. Every day we come to work before sunrise and start our shift by checking out our vehicles and getting our assignments for the day. Then I head out to my route to collect the residential trash. My job is a critical one, and I am proud to say that I am part of a team of drivers that successfully cleans the city every day, leaving no trash uncollected. We know that leaving trash uncollected might create environmental harm due to toxins or pollution. I really enjoy the experience of driving the truck and seeing the residents on the route. I enjoy speaking with them and seeing their children who loves to see the truck's performance. On a typical day, I am responsible not only for my route, but have to cover routes that are vacant due to staffing challenges. We are out there every day doing the best we can to maintain a clean and healthy city for everyone. You are going to hear a lot of information tonight from Assistant Directors Robert Parter and Alex Helu, along with Sarai Baga, Chief Financial Officer, and our Public Information Director, Tanya Shelton. I hope your takeaway is that you see the value in the hard work and dedication we provide to you and the residents of LA. Before we introduce Bob Potter to talk about operations, we would like to show you a brief video that provides an overview of our Solid Resources program.
Every day in Los Angeles, LA Sanitation and Environment's team of Solid Resources workers are up with the sunrise to tackle the vital task of keeping LA clean and sustainable. Operating a fleet of over 700 collection trucks, LA San provides collection of approximately 2 million containers of trash, yard clippings, food waste, and recyclables per week. All these services are paid for by the Solid Resources fee, also known as the trash fee, on your LADWP bill. But now, rising costs mean changes are needed. The city is proposing an increase to the Solid Resources fee, the first in 17 years. This adjustment is necessary to ensure that LA San can maintain reliable collection services and comply with updated environmental mandates.
These updated fees will help maintain weekly trash, recycling, and composting service, expand food waste and organic recycling, and ensure equity in service across all our neighborhoods.
And this fee covers more than just trash, like unlimited bulky item collection, safe centers for household hazardous waste, a 24/7 customer care center, and much more.
Everything we do is to help better our communities. We are all in this together, LA. Let's help build a cleaner, greener city for everyone.
Because a cleaner LA isn't just a service, it's a promise. Financial assistance may be available to those in need. To see if you qualify, visit us using the links in the description below. For more information, visit us at lacitysan.org/SRF-rates2025 or contact our customer care center at sansrf-rates2025@lacity.org or call 800-773-2489.
Thank you, Rhonda. This video is available subtitled in English, Spanish, and Korean on our website and on YouTube. And now I'd like to introduce Assistant Director Robert Potter. Robert?
Thank you so much. First, I would like to thank everyone for participating in this evening's webinar. I'm Robert Potter, the Assistant Director over the Solid Resource Operations Program. I have been with the LA Sanitation for nearly 36 years. You have heard from our refuse collection truck operator, Rhonda Wright, about some of our collection operations And now I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you a little more about our operations and the many services we offer for unmatched value in this region. We provide residential collection service to over 740,000 single-family customers and 65,000 small multifamily customers weekly. This means we are servicing 148,000 residential customers per day, which adds up to approximately 2.5 million bins weekly. LA Sand collects approximately 4,700 tons of material daily from our residential customers. This adds up to roughly 1.2 million tons of materials each year. We're extremely efficient and have a collection rate of 99.7% of all containers serviced as scheduled. In the event that a container is not serviced, it will be collected within 24 hours of being reported. We have a collection fleet of 749 vehicles of various types, the largest being the 538 automated side loaders you see daily collecting your residential bins. We accomplished this with one of the cleanest fleets in the nation with over 742 clean fuel vehicles. This means that 99% of our fleet is clean fuel vehicles, reducing the environmental impacts on the community. We offer monthly bulky item drop-off events where residents can bring their large items to us and we recycle or dispose of them. This program captured 1,473 tons of material last year. Our program continues to recycle many types of materials like electronic waste, appliances, and mattresses, keeping these materials out of our landfills. Through this program alone, we recycled 50,000 mattresses in a single year. The multifamily bulky item fee provides for unlimited pickup of bulky items citywide, including appliances, furniture, and more. We collect about 13,000 tons of material a year and recycle many of those items. In the last year, we closed over 800,000 bulky item requests. Our 24-hour customer care center also provides around-the-clock support to our residents. While we continue to deliver our service at a 99.7% efficiency rate, we are facing rising costs with no additional funding since 2008. Later in this presentation, my colleague Sarai Baga will be detailing the new rates. She will show you it will cost about $5 a week per bin collected, and it includes all those services that we discussed earlier. I'm now going to turn it over to Alex Halou, LA Sand's Assistant Director over Program Development, to discuss the evolution of our program and some challenges we're facing providing solid waste management for the city. Alex?
Thank you so much, Bob. Like Bob, I've been with Sanitation for over 30 years. In that time, I have seen our programs grow, change, and adapt to new challenges. Today, I serve as the Assistant Director of Solids Program Development, which basically means my job is to make sure our programs protect the environment, meet state regulations, and still deliver great service to our residents. Now, a lot has changed in solid resources over the years. Let me give you a few snapshots. Back in 2008, the city actually earned $6 million a year from recycling. Fast forward, and today, instead of earning, we are spending almost $19 million a year just to process recyclables. Around the same time, we launched 7 safe centers. Thanks to them, over 6,000 tons of hazardous waste a year are safely managed instead of ending up in landfills or in storm drains. And just like the price of cars has gone up, the cost of our collection trucks has more than doubled. In 2008, a truck cost about $240,000. Today, it's closer to $500,000. Then came the unfunded California mandate Senate Bill SB 1383, aiming to reduce methane emissions and organic waste going to landfills by 75%. SB 1383 was implemented in 2022 and mandates that every city provide residents, whether in single-family homes or multifamily dwellings, with the black, blue, and green bin, and required food waste to be disposed of in the green bin designated for organic processing. With this new state regulation, the cost of organic processing have risen from $40 a ton in 2008 to $125 a ton in 2025, adding $34 million in annual expenses. We are also proud to operate a 24/7 customer care center that's available to all residents, and the number is listed on the trash bins. In 2024, the customer care center processed a total of 2 million service requests. And when your bin breaks or goes missing, unlike in many other cities, we repair or replace it for free, because we believe basic services shouldn't be an extra burden. Even with those challenges, LA has kept raising the bar. We don't just pick up trash. We support more than 50 community events a year. We table at over 120 events to educate residents. We host composting workshops. We have given out 300,000 kitchen pails to help residents recycle their food scraps. Together with you, our residents, we successfully recovered and diverted 80 million meals from landfills and placed them where they truly belong, in the hands of families and neighbors who needed them. The bottom line is our Solid Resources program is bigger and more complex than most people realize. And of course, I know what you're probably thinking right now. How does all of this affect me and my trash rates? That's where I hand it over to my colleague, Sarai Baga, who will walk you through the financial side. My team and I will also be here at the end for your question. Sarai?
Thank you, Alex. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarai Baga, Chief Financial Officer for LA San, and I'm going to talk about the proposed rate changes for our solid resources fee, the multifamily bulky item fee, and extra capacity fees. Businesses and public agencies across the country are facing increasing costs to continue operations. For LA San, costs for fuel, labor, and maintenance are increasing. The cost to replace our aging trucks and infrastructure are increasing. Disposal costs have significantly increased because of the state requirement regarding organics recycling. For the past 5 years, these costs have exceeded revenues, forcing the city to use its general fund to cover solid waste operational costs, meaning less money is available to pay for services like street paving and public safety. Adjusting these rates will provide the necessary revenue to cover operational costs and support these critical programs that protect the health and well-being of our communities. Let's discuss what each of the fees are and who will be affected. Let's start with the solid resources fee, or the trash fee, that has stayed the same rate since 2008. This fee applies to properties that receive curbside trash service directly from LA San, such as single-family homes and multifamily properties of 4 units or less. So, what is the bulky item fee and who pays for it? This fee supports on-call service to pick up your bulky items like couches, mattresses, doors, toilets, and appliances. This service is available on demand and unlimited to you. Many other cities typically provide limited services like annual or biannual collections. This fee only applies to properties that do not receive trash service directly from LA San, like large apartment complexes that are serviced by Recicla. This fee has not been adjusted since it was first established in 2007. So, how did we develop these rates? For over 2 years, we worked with a consultant, HF&H, to help us develop a financial model that laid out all of our revenues and projected expenditures for operations, maintenance, bond payments, and regulatory compliance. We based growth assumptions on historical trends and consulted with operations to outline our capital plans for the next 5 years. That financial model fed into a cost of service analysis that helps us determine how much revenue is needed to run this very large and complex service operation. And then we used rate modeling to figure out the actual increases to customer bills that would be required to support the programs. So, what are the proposed rates? The top table you see here shows the monthly proposed rates per dwelling unit for the solid resources fee. The bottom table shows the low income rate discounted by 30%. Historically, the city has charged different rates for single family and multifamily customers. The current analysis demonstrates that it is the same cost for LA San to provide service regardless of dwelling type. The state mandate for organics recycling is the most significant factor that supports moving to a single rate structure for all customers. These new rates assume that customers receive a uniform base level of service, essentially reserving the same capacity on a collection vehicle that is supported by a uniform fee across all customers. This table here shows the proposed multifamily bulky item fee rates on a monthly basis. The first two rows show the fee split between tenant and owner. This applies to properties with separate electric meters. The third row shows the fee to be paid for by the owner of a property that has a master electric meter. The last row shows the low income rate discounted by 31.25%. All of these proposed rates are per unit and are on your LADWP utility bill. The last fee is the extra capacity fee. This fee is only charged when customers request optional additional capacity over what is provided in the base rate. This fee is also charged to customers who request a brown container for manure, which is not part of the base rate. The fees associated with each additional unit of extra capacity are listed on this table here. Now I'll turn it over to LA Sands Public Information Director, Tanya Shelton, to talk more about financial assistance.
Thank you so much, Sarai. The Solid Resources Lifeline Program is available to those ratepayers who meet income requirements for low-income households as defined in the ordinance and are either senior citizens or disabled. Lifeline customers receive a 30% discount on their solid waste resource fee. The proposed fee adjustment will expand the Lifeline program to include all low-income customers. Low-income customers will also receive a 50% discount on their extra capacity refuse bins. The multifamily bulky item fee program provides multifamily bulky item collection services to apartment owners and tenants. Low-income apartment tenants receive a 31.25% discount, and Lifeline customers are exempted from this charge. These fees are collected on the customer's LADWP bill. For more information about these programs and other financial assistance programs, please visit the LADWP website shown on the screen. You've heard tonight about Prop 218. It's been mentioned a few times. Let me explain a little bit more about what it is and how it applies to these fees. The solid resources fee and multifamily bulky item fee are what's called property-related fees. They're governed by California Proposition 218, also referred to as Prop 218. Consistent with Prop 218, LA San mailed written notices to the affected parcels and residents with additional details, and these fees and the Proposition 218 process. The notices also provided information regarding a public hearing regarding these fees on September 30th. The notices are also available in many languages on LA San's rates website. The address to the website will be provided later in this presentation. During the time between the mailing of the notices and the public hearing, there's an opportunity for affected parties to protest the proposed rate action. To do this, they can use the form that was included on the notice, or they can send their protest via mail or in person to the city clerk's office. The written protest must include the printed full name and original signature of the owner or tenant submitting the protest, and include the street address and assessor parcel number. This is also known as the APN. Mail-in protests must be received no later than 5 p.m. on the date of the public hearing. Protests delivered in person must be received prior to the close of the public hearing also. Public comment at the hearing, emails, and phone calls do not count as a protest. This is in accordance with Prop 218. So here are a few important dates for you to remember. The public hearing will be held on September 30th at 10 a.m. in the John Ferraro Council Chambers of Los Angeles City Hall. We have another webinar scheduled for Saturday, September 13th at 10 a.m. We encourage you to invite others in your network to attend. For more information about the proposed solid resources fee and the multifamily bulky item fee, please visit the respective websites on your screen. For more information about financial assistance that may be available to you, please go to the LADWP website. And if you'd like to learn more about how to sort your food waste, Professor Green is our new interactive chatbot. He's here to help. Just scan the code. It's available on our website as well. This concludes our presentation on the proposed rate adjustments. And now I'd like to turn it over to Danielle for the Q&A.